Hi Jacob, hope you're fine. As we talked last time, I record a video for you instead of call. I hope you like it. So let's check what new chart do you have since our last call. This is scope of work that was made since our last call, and let's review them. This is our dashboard. This is this page, and one task was average from maximum days between visits, and this is this task. Average maximum exclude lost 12-month users. I exclude them from this table, and now you can see the difference between maximum difference between two classes. For example, for those who non-Bruce users for whom power and actinium was the first class, the maximum difference between classes was 280 days, and for Bruce customers 283 days, all the same. But for those for whom the first class was row-based virtual, for non-Brucers, the maximum difference was 76 days, almost like 2 months and a half, and for Brucers, like 400 days, 9 months. So this is average maximum days between two visits and exclude lost customers. This task. So next we did some updates on active users tab. So it was this one, this, and this stuff, and I think this one as well. It was some updates from active users page. It's here. So what did I update here? This table is no, not the same. I updated these tables and updated classes. So when security tab, it is still class names as you have in your raw data. For active users tab, I split it. I added them names from your website. Maybe we should confirm how we split classes, because some for raw classes there are some questions, but basically I split them for intro, studio, intro, virtual, base, studio, base, virtual. I think better if I send you class type breakdown, correct names, yeah. So on the tab in Google Sheets with all with our tasks, we have tab correct names, and here how I split classes by categories. So this is our rule, how to split classes. So if you want, we can update it. If it is something wrong, probably hope not, but so I split it classes by intro, base, by your 9 classes, and places we have studio and virtual, and here we have how many classes customer visited. For example, if customer visited intro in studio, you had 1003 users like that. 568 from this 1000 visited only one class, 142 visited two classes, 44 visited two classes. Doesn't matter which class. So it's important that the first class that they visited was intro in studio. Other classes could be different. And 15 users from this cohort visited more than 40 classes. And in total, we found that 71% visited more than 40 classes in general. This we already had, but this number was wrong, so this is more accurate data. Next table, we count percentage from total who made 2 classes, 3 classes, so on. So one class made 1,453 students, and 39% of this amount made intro class. For second 2 classes made 490 users, 37% from this number made first class intro and studio, and so on. You can see, for example, the number of base users who visited base and studio twice less than users who visited intro and studio as a first class. But if you compare numbers for users who did more than 40 classes, it's almost same. It means that users who made base class, they stay longer with you than users who did intro. For example, you can see these analytics. Or interesting here, 11 classes, let's see. Okay, it's not already a lot. I added one more table here, and this table shows percentage online, so it's kind of vertical. This is horizontal. So intro studio was the first class for 1,000 users. 56% of them, of this 1,000 users, made only one class. 14% of these users made 2 classes. 7% made 3 classes. It means that 77% from all users who did intro in studio as first class, they made only 3 classes. Here it's nice. You see, the second class is almost 14 for a lot of different classes. For a lot of different, the second 2 classes made 14%. Here more or less same. This number is less when we go to intro virtual. 43% made only one class. So conversion for more classes here is better than for intro and studio, for example. Or base virtual made 126 users and 40 of them made one class. So 60% of these users made more classes. And they come back. So it's horizontal one. Yeah, I think so. So you can see that how long they stay with you, how many classes the user visited. So this is percentage from this number. On the first table, this percentage from this total. Okay. I updated here as well. I updated on this page this percentage for Bruce and non-Bruce, this table. Here we have, so in total in April 23, you had 305 active users, 150 from Bruce and 155 non-Bruce. So it's 50-50 almost. But in March, for example, you had more active non-Brucers. And generally speaking, it's 40-60, 40-60 almost everywhere. In the beginning, it was 70. But basically, you have 60% of your active clients non-Brucers. So I updated this stuff. Let me check. Tasks. So we talked about this stuff. Percentage, yes. This is yes. This is yes. And 2 more interesting stuff. and 3 pages that I would like to show you. This is different classes visits. How to read this page. I actually started to add some comments for you that you can see and hope it helps. Here we have the same class names, so we have names like on your website, class place, virtual studio, and we have split Bruce and non-Bruce. And here you can see how many different classes users visited. On this chart, you can see that in studio, a lot of users visited only one class. The really big difference between one and two different classes. So I think it should be some, what I would do in this case, I would think maybe some emails, marketing, or offer banners, paper maybe in the studio, some banner, some leaflets on studio with where you offer users second class, or maybe some push notifications on your app when you have your app, something. So offer users to make more classes than one. And here a really big difference between 2, 3, 4 different classes. For virtual, you have quite big difference between 1 and 2 different classes, but 2, 3, 4, almost same numbers. So users who made 2 classes, it is a really big opportunity that users who made 2 classes will do 3 and 4 different classes. Those numbers are almost same. For Brucers, we cannot say that, so we have really big difference between first and second, 1 and 2 different classes. Interesting that 6 different classes made more users than 5, but yeah, it's numbers. So you can see Bruce, non-Bruce. Oh, you can select first visit service, for example, intro, and see that for intro, who made intro as a first class. In studio, they do this kind of classes. What else? Or maybe we can filter here on the studio and see on the studios visits and observe on the studio or virtual. What I really can see here, that users who visited your classes virtual, not in studio, they really like to test different classes. But who come to studio, they stay with one class. I see this pattern, and I think it's interesting how to work offline with your users. Maybe some opportunity for offline work in studio directly. I don't know, like same charts for different type of first class. For example, let's see both, and you can select, you can compare two different classes, for example, intro and base. You can select two, and if you scroll down, you can see two charts together and see difference. Patterns, I could say the patterns more or less same. It doesn't matter which class they try first. Proportions look more or less same, but you can compare like some other classes. Maybe you will see different pictures. I don't know, like Hale, Elixir. You can so it's nice you can compare two different first class and compare patterns. Here same. For Elixir is same, but here is different, still different. So this stuff, what else on this page? We have pivot table. So now we don't have filters. We see all data for the company. And here we have pivot table and can see exact numbers. for each first class. So first class intro, studio virtual, in studio did 1000, here 138. These numbers made only one type of class. These numbers made two different types of class, three types of class, fourth, and you don't see 9 because actually it's interesting, but there is no users who made 9 different classes. Same. You can use this stuff to see total numbers for each class without splitting by place. You can open it, or even you can open more and see Bruce, non-Bruce breakdown. So in studio it was this proportion of Bruce and non-Bruce. Virtual was almost non-Bruce, and so on. So you can close and open this moment. And same stuff in percentage. Percentage 63%. It is percentage from all users. Let me confirm this. But I'm sure that I did this one. One by all users. So this percentage, let's close it. So intro did this number of users as a first class. 63% of them made only one classes. Two different classes made 15% from this number, and so on. So Elixir made 500 users as a first class, and 67% did only this one type of class. So what is row class after row class? But you had only 12 users who did a row class is the first one, but only 75% of them tried different types of classes. This how to read this table. I think from this point of view, power looks nice because users test different classes after that. Elixir actually is 67%. So it's interesting why people after Elixir class, they don't come back to try different classes. Maybe they found all they need in this class, or other reason maybe they don't like, but they can, I don't know. So, and this logic. Yes, that is it about this page. So please play around with filters. You can see different filters. Here you have metric sliders, and here we can filter only most popular classes. It is a filter. Like here we have filter. Here we can filter like some medium, for example. I want to see users who did in this diapason, in this between, so Elixir and base, and we can compare between these two classes, type of first class, and compare patterns. Yeah. What can I say here? That after base, more users came back than after Elixir. Maybe you would like to see the same stuff in percentage, let me know. But generally speaking, that's it with this page. You didn't ask me, but I think it's really nice to see class flow. It could be interesting for you. It's like kind of continue of different classes visits, but in other way. For example, here we have first visit service, like intro by default, but you can change to other. Second and other services is another filter. What can we see here? So first visit service is intro. So this number of users did intro. 1,141 users did intro as a first class. And then you can see, so the biggest amount of them made a first class base. The square a bit less, so 240 of these users came back for the second class and made Hale. Elixir made 285. So based on square, based of the square, you can see like how many users did which kind of class. So 3 after this one, from this 1,141 users, third class base did 98 people. Actually, you can see even who come back to make intro class as well. So from this number of users, 171, like 10%, I think, yeah, kind of 10% come back to repeat intro class. And to the third session, still 73 people come back to make intro class, but more of them, like 90, 80, 94, 84 users did different classes, and so on. And here same data in the table, so you can see first visit class. Then this is all your classes. So first visit class was intro. For this users, second visit class base was more popular. On the second place is Elixir. Third class most popular was base. Continue base is, yeah, a lot of people come back to you to make a base class. And you can see grand total. So for users who made intro, like half of them made intro one more time, and this number made base class after intro. And you can change this here. For example, I want to check Elixir. And for Elixir, after Elixir, the biggest amount of users go to base and intro, and after that Hale. You can see that 498 users made intro or made Elixir as a first class, and the biggest amount of them came back and made intro and base. And yeah, it's interesting because this number is bigger than this one. Okay, maybe I should check something here with numbers. And here are smaller picture, but you can compare on the same chart. You can on the same screen you can compare two different segments and see how does it work. Okay, that is it. And here we have scroll. You can scroll it. So this is flow page. You can actually show all and see first class. Yeah. You can see all of them in one page. And the last page that we have new for I'm sorry. The last new page. This is forecast page of resecurated. Sorry, okay, doesn't matter. On this page, we have some forecasting till the end of the next year. It's basic forecast because we don't know your like we don't include here like holidays, promotions, marketing activities, and so on. So here we have some progression based on current information. Filters here, you can see here, you can filter years and year months. You can select generally this forecast for till December 24. This, till January 25, data here from February 23 till January 25 for 24 months. And this is forecasting. Here we have forecast for active users, returning users, and churn users. You have numbers, average. So this is forecast. So in average, active monthly users for you, it's 159, 52 returning, and 27 you lost. You're losing. And this is low forecast, maximum forecast, and average median, not average, median between low and upper forecast by day. Yeah, and for each metric you have low forecast, like the worst case, best case is the difference between worst and best forecast per day. So you have numbers, and you have chart and table. In the chart you have arrows when you can switch from here information month by month. Light line, this is trend line, so trend is going up here. Yeah, everywhere trend is going up. And you can move to quarters. If you go to quarters, trend is going down for active users. That is not good, but it is because of data for Q1 2025 only for 1 month, so it is not correct. So trend is going up basically. You're growing. Still returning and churn users growing as well, but it's normal. It's nice. It will be good if this percentage of churn and returning users go percentage churn rate going down, but we need to compare it. And you can go to year level, but year level we don't have much here. And you can move to weekly level. It's not nice, so I think monthly view is more interesting. Also here you have worst and the best forecast. You can change it. For example, I want to see on the active users. I can see these 3 lines, it's all active users. Same, I can check for other metrics. This table shows the same data, basically active users month by month, running delta. It means comparison May or March 23 to February 23. It's minus 12%. In April 23 compared to March 23, we have minus 15%. But in May, you had more 60% active users more than in April. So this comparison current month with the previous month. So same stuff here. You can change from month to weeks, see data week by week, and you can change some metric here for low and upper forecast. This is it. Basically, you're growing. That is good. Situation going up and down. I think it's normal again, but generally speaking, you're growing. That is good. So play around with this. Let me know if you have questions about dashboard. I will send you links to the dashboard and to this task, this task document with tasks. And I think that is it. Let me know if you have more questions.